Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. We get together most weekday mornings at this time, 8 o'clock Central, to talk strategies, tips, techniques, share success stories, and support each of you. Today, we're going to roll out a new role, and it is called the Opportunity Fund Development Officer. That's a lot of syllables, so let's just go with OFDC. So the OFDC is a role that doesn't cost anything. You don't have to buy anything. There's really no strings attached. But we are launching this in response to what many of you have asked for. Many of you have stated that you knew other individuals that would like to get paid to help small business owners improve their financial literacy and increase access to capital. But you needed some way to make it worth your while, some way to monetize it. Others have come to us just simply asking for really more of a passive income approach, whereby the money keeps coming in and it doesn't require work, either because of their other obligations, health limitations, or what have you. So here we are. We are rolling out, as you should see on your screen, the Opportunity Fund Development Officer role, OFDC. Now, frankly, this is good for us as well, because the more distribution partners that we have, the more community outreach we have, the more clients we enroll, the more capital we raise. So it's certainly a win-win, no surprises there. So again, the background on the OFDC. We've had many of you, I don't know the number, but many, multiple, several, even recently, have asked to be able to get paid for referring others who are coming in as distribution partners. Now, we're not network marketing, we're not MLM, not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just not what we do, right? Because with our branch offices, what we call the Opportunity Fund, we just do a flat out 50-50 split. As you probably know, anytime that you're involved with something that's more multi-level, then everyone gets paid less because the same amount of money needs to be spread across more people. Well, that's not always great for those that have a reduction in income. So in this approach, the branches or the distribution partners that you would refer in, they still get their 50%. So it's still a 50-50 split. There's no disadvantage to them. We're paying you out of our side, just to make that clear. So it's now available as of now, as of today, March 29th. I know a typical question I get, well, what's the cost, as well as what are the strings that are attached? But there is no cost to be an Opportunity Fund Development Officer. We provide the landing page for free. You have to buy in. There's no production requirements. It's as good as it gets. Now, I realize this might not interest all of you, but if you're looking for money, you're looking for passive income, you know other people that would like to get paid as a distribution partner, it's probably a good fit for many. Granted, maybe not for all. The next most popular, so generally, we try to anticipate what questions you all would ask. So again, of course, the why, and then the cost. There is no cost, so we can dismiss that easily. Then it comes down to, okay, well, how much am I going to get paid if I refer in others that become distribution partners? How much do you get paid? So it's a two-part comp model, upfront and then ongoing passive. So let's break it down. So you're going to make $250 upfront. That's paid daily. So I know that's not a big deal, but you refer someone in, we're going to give you a free landing page. It's going to look just like this. It'll be coded to you. Doesn't cost you anything. And so then you get $250 upfront. Not bad, right, for referring someone in. Plus, you're going to get 2 points of the capital raise of the clients that whomever you referred in generates. That's maybe a little more difficult to understand. So let's use an example. So let's say that you know someone, could be someone in the lending space, could be someone that's a faith-based leader, could be someone that has experience in business development or just any, doesn't matter. But we're going to call that person Joe. You refer in Joe, who signs up to be a distribution partner. So what do you get? Because Joe gets the normal deal, right? Joe's deal hasn't changed. It's a 50-50 split of the income. Joe should generate gross income of around 26,000 for each client he refers in. We've covered that. Nothing's changing for the Joes of the world. But what do you get broken down? Well, as I mentioned a moment ago, you get paid $250 up front. So once he enrolls into the opportunity fund, branch office, whatever you want to call it, you're paid $250. So that's fine, but that's not a whole lot of money. The bigger deal is that you're getting paid off of every client that Joe develops. Now, we know our active branches, our active distribution partner should be doing 8 deals a month, but ignoring that for a moment, on a per client basis, you should be making right at 5,000. Well, where does that come from? Well, again, we said that the comp plan is 2%, 2 points. So if each client that Joe brings in has an average of a $250,000 capital raise, that's a pretty reasonable expectation. 2% or 2 points of 250,000 is where your 5,000 comes. So you could do some math, right? You bring in Joe, and he brings and he has 4 clients in his first month. We'll just say that. Well, then you'd make this times 4, and then this times 4 based on these assumptions. But the specific methodology is here. Any questions, comments, concerns so far? So again, if this isn't of interest to you, doesn't matter to me. But we've had too many of you come to us say, hey, I know other people that would like to be a distribution partner. How can I get paid? We needed to have an answer to that. And Dr. Davis, you're on this morning, and Dr. Davis is new. She's been with us a couple days. She's already brought on 3 new clients. She has 8 more to enroll today, if I recall correct. So Dr. Davis is a great success story. But I believe, Dr. Davis, you're one of the people that recently asked, hey, what do I do when I know other people that would like to do this as well? Here's the answer. So if there's questions, comments, concerns, just go ahead and pop them into the Q&A. And again, this is one of those things, if this doesn't apply to you, this is not of interest to you, hey, that's fine. But for some of you, you have kind of a leadership development mindset. This allows you to monetize it. All right, so let's go through kind of a quick checklist of why someone would want to become an OFDC, an Opportunity Fund Development Officer. Well, no cost. And in general, I don't really like no cost propositions because a lot of times people don't see value if they don't have skin in the game, but we're keeping it simple. So there's no cost. There are no production requirements. So again, there's not strings attached. Oh, well, what if I sign up to be an OFDC and I don't refer in anyone, I don't refer in enough? There's no cost, there's no production requirements, there's no strings attached. It's simple. Landing page is free. Your landing page is going to look exactly like this. This is a real landing page. We will create one for each of you and provide you the URL. It will look just like this. You'll have your prospect, fill in obviously first name, last name, mobile number, email, check the box, submit the blue, and then it's going to send a text to them so they acknowledge that they would like more information. And it's going to ask, the text is going to say, text back yes. Why yes? If they don't text back yes, then they're not going to receive any further information, and really they're not a lead. It's a misfire. So that's really your action step, right? So if you knew someone that might like to be a distribution partner, you would give them your link, which we'll provide to you for free, link to your landing page, and then really they need to go fill this out. Because if you filled it out, it's going to be a disconnect, I think. Because you know people's name and email and phone, right? So if you went and loaded a bunch of people in here and submitted, what's going to happen? Well, those people are going to all get text asking them to confirm that they want more information. They're going to be asked to type yes. They're not even going to know what's going on. So that wouldn't be good. So instead, you make the introduction, and we can talk a little bit about strategies of how to do that in a moment, but you make the introduction, give them your link. They need to fill this out, because if they're not actively involved enough to fill this out, they're really not a prospect yet. And we'll talk about how to get people to be prospects in a moment. Make sense? All right, so again, we're on why become an OFDC. No cost, no production requirements. We covered that. Free landing page. We've shown you exactly what your landing page is going to look like. All of them will look the same, but each will be coded to you. Everyone will have a unique link. We'll have a drip campaign that is texted out to the prospects once they've opted in. This is passive income. So I guess in the beginning, I mean, you need to talk to the prospect and get them fed in, but afterwards you're making ongoing perpetual passive income. That's the second element of the comp plan we talked about. So in month 2, Joe develops 4 more clients, for example. Bam, you're expecting 20 more thousand in month 2. Joe keeps working in month 3. So what this is doing, it's allowing those of you that want to be developers or leaders to monetize that and not have to be a doer, if that makes sense. Now, you could do this in combination with being a doer as well. And then the daily payouts are attractive. I don't think anybody any longer wants to wait for once a month to get paid, or twice a week, or weekly. Daily payouts. Next day, technically. So the income that comes in today from Joe is paid out tomorrow on a weekday basis, of course. Lastly, and then we'll open it up. How do you become an OFDC? Are there hoops to jump through? No, it's simple. You're going to email us at our support address, support@chapmanloanprogram.org. Just let us know you want your free landing page. We'll set it up. We'll get it into you. Now, you're going to say, well, Tom, you're going to need our banking information. Well, until you bring in a deal, we don't really want to bother with the extra documentation, because there is no buy-in, there's no cost. And so we know that some people that say that they want to be an OFDC probably won't perform, and that's just the way it is. So once you have your first deal, then we'll set up the payment transfer, but we really don't want to spend a lot of time doing that, because that's admin cost and we're not charging you anything. So we'll do that once you have your first deal. All right, let's pull up the Chapman website, because the question that I'm getting asked is going to be best answered there. All right. So I think it was Marilyn asked a minute ago. We've got lots of comments coming in here, but I think it was Marilyn asked earlier in the Zoom, how does she take the prospective participant and help them understand what they do and help them be interested? Well, on chapmanloanprogram.org, what I would do, Marilyn, and anyone else that's asking, is if you have someone that you thinks that might be interested in becoming a branch office, a distribution partner in the Opportunity Fund, I would be leveraging this curriculum that's here. There are 5 modules. And frankly, in a perfect world, you would have your prospective participant, prospective branch office, prospective Opportunity Fund participant, watch all 5 of them in a perfect world, because if they watched all 5 of these, they would really understand what we do, what they do, how they get paid. And if they do sign up and they've not watched these, this is going to be the first thing we're going to ask them to do anyway. So before they enroll, you could simply ask them to enroll in these 5, ask them to watch these 5 trainings. Now, do they have to watch these 5 trainings before they enroll? No, they don't. But in terms of, if your question is, well, what do I tell them? How do I explain to them what we do so they would want to participate? I would steer them to these 5 modules. Now, quite frankly, what we're going to do is once they filled out the lead form, we're going to be dripping to them. And through that dripping communication, we're going to be motivating them, encouraging them to get certified, which there's no cost to be certified. But ultimately, how do you enroll someone, or how do they enroll? They enroll here. So everyone, it's the same link. And you might say, well, that's a problem, right? Because when they fill this out, and we can click on it and see what it looks like. When they click on this, it doesn't track to me. How am I going to get paid? Well, you're missing the point. They need to come into the funnel on your landing page. And so once you've submitted someone on the landing page once they've submitted themselves technically on your landing page, then they're going to get a text. They're going to text yes. It means that they're interested. They want to get more information. That links that prospect to you. So then anyone that signs up, we go back and look to see where did they come from. So it's actually very, very simple, right? We've kept it simple. So no, you don't need your own link for people to enroll. Anyone that enrolls will enroll right here with the red print. But the tracking mechanism is prior to that when the prospective participant is fed in. So again, I don't want to distract those of you that have lots of momentum. We have a lot of great things going on. We're launching in April landing pages for all of you who are branch offices. So you have an easy way to funnel in your prospects. But above and beyond that, here the last day of March, we wanted to give those of you that have more of a business leadership, business development mindset, a platform to be able to monetize that. And so that is exactly what we've covered today. So on Fridays, we try to keep the training a little shorter. Anyone have any questions or concerns? Just type it into the Q&A. It's like a chat box. All right, so Pauline texts, she says, she texts, I'm a referral partner already. How does this relate to non-distribution partners? Okay, so to be an OFDC, there's not prerequisites. So this could be something that those of you that are currently branch offices do, if you wish, but it's also available to anyone. So in other words, you don't have to be a client to be an OFDC. You don't have to be a branch office. There's no strings attached. So you don't have to look that deep to try to find where there's a catch. There's not. So this is available to anyone. So let's review the process again. So if someone's interested in getting paid for helping us build the distribution team, they would email us. And if you don't remember the email, the good news is it's on our website, of course. Just let us know. Hey, lost my notes, didn't I? Hey, I'm interested. Want a free landing page for the OFDC. There's no magic words. Just simply let us know. And then we will set up your landing page in short order and give you the link. You're open for business now in terms of this role as an OFDC. At that point, it's up to you, right? So you need to create awareness. And then again, what we always recommend is, get them to the Chapman Loan Program website, because that's where they're going to have to enroll anyway. Here's where they enroll. They could just enroll and get started, or they could even start with the training curriculum and get certified first. Or maybe what happens is they start the certification and say, well, this is great. Yeah, I want to get started. So they could start the modules. They wouldn't have to complete them to progress. But how do they progress? How is it that you get paid? What's the trigger? You create awareness, you send people in on your landing page, and then either you help them or on their own, they sign up. What does that mean? Right here in the red print. I know it's not red and I click on it. That's where they enroll. And when they click on the click here, it pops up this, and it's going to ask them to initial auth. And there's just a little bit of information that we need to get them set up. So then when they're getting set up, then that triggers what? a payout for you of $250 up front, which is great, paid daily. Plus, you have ongoing passive income as they are enrolling clients, helping clients, and those clients get funded. So, all right, Sarah's asking about the 5,000. So the 5,000 could be more or less, right? The comp model is 2 points of the capital raise of the clients generated by those that you refer in. So if they had a client that raised 500,000, then instead of getting 5,000, you get 10,000. So it's a formula. Does that make sense? So you could get paid more or less on the back end of each client that your people produce. All right, Timothy's asking, what are your roles, responsibilities once you've referred someone in, once they've signed up? Nothing. Now, if you want to be their coach, their mentor, you can. Obviously, you have a financial interest in doing so, but it's not a responsibility. No, you don't have to train them. No, you don't have to support them. No, you're not responsible if they're not active. There's no strings attached. This is just simply a referral program where you can get paid to help us grow the distribution team. Any questions, comments, concerns before we wrap it up today? All right, last question from Robert. Robert's asking, what is the status of the landing pages for those of you? So, we're creating we've hired, but she's not started yet. She'll start next month in April. And we're developing landing pages for each of you, branch offices that want, and again, branch office and opportunity funds one and the same, so don't be confused by that. But each of you that want a landing page, which is different than this one, of course, but for your client prospects, for participants, funding participants, then we'll be getting those landing pages out next month. The requirement was that you have at least one enrollment this week from March 26th, when it was announced, through the end of March. Many of you are enrolling. If you've not, encouraged you to do so. That way you qualify for your landing page. Again, not talking about this one, but the one for your branch office. Thank you for that. All right, well, we covered a lot. Have a great day. Let's be productive. Let's finish the month strong. Let us know if you need anything. Again, you know where our phone number is. It's not hidden. It's answered live Mondays through Fridays, business hours. You can email us. You can call us. You can text us, but let us know what we can do to help you be successful. Have a great day. Bye.